Hey, America, Chef John the Ghetto Gourmet. I wonder where I lost you. I'm gonna do this whole damn thing over again. Excuse me. Okay. $5.48. This is $2 at the grocery outlet right now. That and a candy bar went to Bright Oaks Meats.
Oh, gonna eat some catfish nuggets. Fry 'em up, yep.
And a steak. $6. I spent $13.45 at Bright Oaks Meats. Also got a pound of bacon in there. Went to the Kiva. At Kiva, I spent $12.48. We have ginger, we have royal curry, we have celery seed, popcorn, some long grain basmati, azuki beans, and that's about it. And I'm gonna have a ribeye dinner tonight. So I'm gonna get this started, and we're gonna have ribeye. I'm thinking of having a spinach salad with feta cheese. I didn't put any of this stuff away, but let me get this ribeye started. It's going to take the longest, and then we're going to put the potato in. Oh my gosh, I can't fit nothing in there no more. Time to stop buying food if you can't fit it in the cabinet. In the cabinet no more. Alright, I've been eating all day. I ran 5 miles and been downtown. I'm hungry. So I've been trying to drop a little bit more weight. You guys want to see something beautiful? That's the Oregon skyline right now. Pretty awesome. Pretty cool, huh? All right. But anyways, so while I'm doing this, I'm running water and wasting energy. Do we have enough vanilla? Yeah, vanilla ribeye is coming at ya. Coming at ya. All right. What I wanted to talk to you about is our Quizendental apple. Okay. Now, before I was talking about the apple and how, as food, we want our apple to be 100%. Now, what they've done is they've gone and juiced this apple up, right? Like chicken used to be no breasts on chicken, and now they're massive, huge breasts. They've genetically altered. They got this corn that's genetically modified. Everything's genetically modified, man. You know, so basically our apple, that was a regular apple this big. I'm just seasoning right now. That was a little salt, a little pepper, dash paprika. You know how I like it. Slap some butter in the pan. Alright, so we want our apple an apple. We don't want it this. We won't want it modified, so we have to eat this much of an apple to get that much of its energy. Okay? So this really applies to all food across the board. And it's something that I think that cooking from scratch really provides you with getting that full apple. Okay, because basically what they're doing when you buy something from a box and it has a flavor in it, it's using basic techniques. They say it's chicken flavored, right? All they did was took some chicken stock and dried it out, man, and put the chicken flavor in there, then put all the other preservatives and whatnot and have you in there. And that's not what we want. What we want is chicken. we want the real deal. Okay, there's my ribeye. I'm right in the pan. And combination. So, so cooking from scratch, all right? I'm talking about cut the product, cook the product, not cut the product, right, in the factory, send it to, I put vanilla on the other side there, send it to some place that says always fresh, and then serve it 2 weeks after you cut it. That's just not happening, man. All right. So all right. So when they're saying fresh, you know what fresh is? Fresh is like off the vine, took it home and cooked it. That's fresh. So this coincidental apple, man. All right, now here's where it's really, really important, all right, is with our children. And that's one thing I've been thinking about while I'm doing the show, is that I don't account for what kids are going to eat. Kids like fruit, kids like vegetables, kids like things that are easy, right? Now, with this food I'm preparing, if you don't give them any ready-made food in the house, they're going to eat what's there. But you gotta make sure your kids eat, right? Well, the important thing about this apple is we want our children to eat this whole apple. We don't want them to eat only half of the huge apple, because that's all they can fit in them, okay? Are you starting to see where I'm coming from? Having to gorge yourself to get the proper nutrients and vitamins from the food, because all the food is like this, or it should be like this, a small apple, is really part of the reason why some people are sick all the time, man. That's part of the reason that they don't have proper nutrients. Why should we have to enrich cereal? I mean, you know, either it's good when you first get it, or it's not, you know? So I mean, moms out there, I want you to think about this stuff. I know it's hard to get the kids to eat this stuff all the time. I got a little bit of tomato from last month. And it's not rotten. Just take that little edge off right there. So, really, for the kids, you want them eating that apple that's whole, all right? And you're going to find out apples are not one of the things that chefs really like. I talked to you about that. All right? All right, so McDonald's. Pre-sliced apple slices, and it's been okayed by who to what's it. These are the same people that are feeding us high fructose corn syrup. So they probably don't know what they're talking about, all right? For thousands of years, children have been eating stuff that, or millions, however you want to take it. You know what I mean? For a long, long time, children have been eating things that are not Lunchables, that are not pre-packaged, approved by some government agency. Who should approve it is mom and dad. All right? Who should approve it is somebody who understands the concept of food. Maybe a chef? We're going to do spinach, a little tomato, feta cheese. That'll be a nice little salad. So as we start looking at the whole picture of what I'm telling you about what has been done to our food, if it's in a box or a bag, you've lost your apple is bigger, all right? It's a lot bigger. It's in a box or a bag. It's not keeping you healthy, all right? You know, and you know, more and more people keep getting sick every year. Maybe it's because of food, man. I don't get ill. Maybe it's because I have very little human contact with snotty kids like my little nieces and nephews who I love so much. No, I was with them the other day. I am around people who are ill, and I don't have the same issues that poking my steak there that a lot of other people do because of the food I eat. All right. So this apple concept, I think, is very, very important, that we look at the food that we're consuming. White bread, Wonder Bread, that's a basketball, all right? That's how big your apple is with Wonder Bread, all right? How big is your apple with granola? About right there. They don't do too much to granola, all right? Where's your apple with chicken these days? I'm sorry to say, our apple's gotten kind of big with chicken. Same with beef, all right? If you're not buying grass-fed, you're getting bigger apple, all right? 97%. That is what people are 97% corn, man. 95% corn. That's what people are made up of. So you're like, what? Where do you come up with that? So I'm watching this documentary, right? And it's these grad students, and they decide to go to this guy who has a spectrometer, and the spectrometer measures what the basic elements coming out of our body are. So they take a hair off and they put it under this thing, and this thing said the basic chain inside of us is 97% corn. Well, corn is the biggest producer per acre, and so that kind of falls in place. If it makes the most money per acre, and next is probably soybean, because everything's starting to taste like soybean. Speaking of soybean, Heinz, this sucks. It tastes like beans. It doesn't taste like mayo. Sorry, Heinz. I tell the truth. We really... All right, let's take it done. Put that on the plate. Take the melted butter, put it right on the top. Yes, I will. Yes, I will. All right. So I'm just down here picking my spinach. So I want you guys to start thinking about that. If you watch any of my shows, I'm going to talk about the apple on a few more occasions in case people are missing it, because, I mean, I do the ribeye vanilla, but I didn't do it with this spinach salad. This is kind of new. But I do this once a month. I deserve a steak once a month. You know what I mean? I like to have a steak once a month. A good steak. So, I mean, this is one of my most spendy meals. This is going to be a $7 meal, $6.50 meal, because the steak costs $6. And that potato, well, 10 pounds for $2. You do the math there. All right. So here's our spinach going in. And here, I'm going to put you on deck just so you can see what I'm doing with my hands. Nothing too special, but if I'm down here, I like to let you see. Okay. So taking that, take tomato, cut that into small pieces like that. Kind of distribute it just a little bit. All right, take our feta cheese, take that like that, then I want to crumble it, and I want to crumble so when I take a bite, the feta is going to sit, the feta is going to get caught up with the tomatoes and the spinach and the balsamic vinegar. And So, but really, today's focus is not on me cooking a steak, right? Pressing down, see how the blood's coming out of the top? It's medium. We have a nice little salad here. If I threw some olives in there, some Kamala olives, it'd be a traditional, you know what I'm trying to say. I hope you know what I'm trying to say because I can't figure it out. It would be a classic. It'd be a classic salad. A classic Greek salad, feta, spinach, tomato, a little bit of Italian herbs, and Kamala olives. We have the herbs. I can add a little bit of that, just because that would be all right. This is my basil, actually. Basil and balsamic go together wonderfully, just like portobello and balsamic. I'm gonna get some portobello for my other thing in my mind. So just a little bit of, maybe that was a quarter teaspoon at most of basil. This is a basil that's been sitting with my other crushed herbs, so it tastes a little bit like Italian seasoning. A little bit like rosemary. But they're, like I said, they're all in that same family. This is for making my pastas, really. We're gonna give this a shake. All right. And well, so I want you guys to think about this apple when you're shopping. All right. Look at your food and say, is that a full apple? Right? And if you're buying it for your kids, really important, is that a full apple? Is a Go-Gurt full apple, or is it a half apple? Or is it this wonderful product that this farmer, God made a farmer, has found this strain of this wonderful apple or onion or whatever, and he's taken that regular apple and he's put 120% into that, okay? That's what we want to find. We want to find that apple with 120% or 130%. We want that super apple, okay? It's out there, all right? Organic food is more or less turning into the regular apple and some super apple, okay? All the stuff, all the vitamins, everything. All the things that they say this is, vitamins, weight gain, protein, It all comes from food. Where else is it going to come from? Okay? So my contention is, if it comes from food, how come we're just not eating the food? All right? How come kids have to take multivitamins, you know? I didn't get my butter yet this month. This is my last block. So I throw these concepts at you. I want you to really think about the apple when you're shopping, okay, folks? I think this will really, of all the things I said and shown you, this is probably the most important concept that you get, is not just from cooking from scratch, but by not cooking from scratch, you're having to eat more food to get the same nutrients. You're having to digest longer. You're having to waste your money to get less. That doesn't seem to make sense to me. Okay? 50 years ago, 60 years ago, there was a parent at the house, or there was a mammy. I had a mammy when I grew up.